Right, Morgan, I want you to achieve the finishes on this external render unit that you've done. You put the top coat on this morning, you've drilled it off, you've got it perfectly plumb and in line. So now we're going to achieve the finishes to achieve a plain face, standard plain face rendered finish. So as you've practiced previously in the past, just achieve the finishes on that, yeah. We know we're rubbing around in small circular movements, attempting to keep the float flat on the surface all the time, because the surface is flat and plumbing in line, and your float should just glide across the surface and bring the sand to the top. Yeah. Just ease off a little bit off on your pressure, because you see you're digging in a little bit there. That's it. Because it's slightly greener, so it's a little bit, because it's only gone on today. There's still a little bit of moisture in it, so you've just got to alter your touch as you're going along. That's it. That's fine now. Let's start coming through these sections now, and rubbing down. So you're coming across it in the band. That's it. Try not just coming in. Right, just give us your floats out. We're doing it in two. You're going in too big of circles. It's just small, little small. See how I'm rubbing round? I'm not coming in that big sweeping movement, and I'm altering the pressure on it. So I'm just rubbing it round, rubbing the moisture around. Just getting something dragging through there. Yeah, so it's just little small circles like that. So a little bit of an hollow there. So just get a little bit in and rub it round. Yeah, that's fine. Just work your way through your model, because when you come over it with your sponge, that'll take any light marks, like sweeping marks, will be taken out with your sponge when you come over it with a sponge. So you're trying to alleviate that mark there. Sorry, just because that's like, just come back into it, put some moisture back into it. Yeah, so you come back that way, and then so it's filled into the bead. So you can just come back on it and then back out. Look a bit different rubbing the same day, isn't it? See, it's a little bit softer. That's why you've just, right, you're getting too much pressure on it, you're digging in now. So just a little bit less pressure. Let the float just glide over the surface. See, it happens to the best of us. But I can just, by altering the pressure on it, so you've got to have that soft touch and then a little bit more pressure where it's needed. You're just like reading the wall as you're coming through it. It is a little bit green, like we say. Right. When you're rubbing, just try and use that front edge. You're trying to get it without all the float. So that little bit of depression there will rub out. See, I'm just altering the pressure so it's on the front edge there, yeah. And then I can take that. Same with that there. That'll rub out if I just use the front edge of it. Yeah. When it's soft like that, you've got to be careful. You've got to be alternating your pressure on and off on certain aspects of the wall. Yeah. That's it. We're just digging again. It is a little bit green. This is the thing with lime sand mortar, because it hasn't got the binder in. Sometimes it hasn't got the strength in it. So we're getting the basic idea there. So we've more or less got that model sorted. Once you've closed the face off with the float, then we need to come over it with the sponge. The sponge will close the face off a little bit more uniformly, and it'll bring more sand to the top surface. So we use that surface. If you just start coming around in small, so it's bringing the sand to the top, and it's just closing the surface of it a little bit more. Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. When you get little bits of what you think the float marks into it, the process of going over with the sponge will take those marks out. Yeah. So we'll just have a go at sponging that surface up around those areas where we've rubbed. So you can see how you're achieving the finishes with the sponge. That's why you've got to make sure that you're rubbing the face level, but it doesn't matter if you get those float marks in it. So if you want to leave them now, you want to finish floating that off, and then we can come back to all of it with the sponge. Yeah. So we've come back onto it with the float now. Finish floating these areas off. Yeah. So it's nice and a nice soft touch. Just rubbing now. Just rub this section in here for you. So if you finish that bottom corner there, then you can finish the sponging process. Right. What's happening there? You hold it, for me, you hold it too far, you haven't got control of the float. Try and, like a pen, hold it to the top edge, and then you can control that top edge. You see, like I haven't got it down at the bottom there, because for me, I haven't got control where I need to at the front edge. So I'm holding it there, yeah, and by holding it there, I can control what's happening on the front of it, yeah. I'll just rub it into the bead for you, and then you can achieve the sponge finish up. Don't want to do that. Check that out. Right, we can sponge that off now. Yeah, that's fine. That, and then when you finish on your rub down, then you clean your beads off. So I always have a little tool that you can use, scraper or a little margin trowel. So if you just want to clean your beads off. It's not so much the outside edge. We need to be seeing the white of the plastic on that front there. Yeah. Just enhances your model, so you can see all the whiteness of the bead there, and then just come through and pinch it with finger and thumb. It's something that we do when we do the dry dashing one, because you want to see the beads being raised. So that's how you finish the model. But excellent what you've done. Yeah, are you happy with that?
Yeah.
Good.